If you think about it, drill is a pretty new music genre and most producers know how to make it, but if you don't, this video is for you because today I'm going to show you a really simple and fast tutorial on how to make drill beats from scratch. Okay, so let's go inside FL Studio. So here we have an empty project, even though I loaded up a couple of VSTs. So first off, to start, we have to choose the BPM. So for drill, we don't want anything too slow, either too fast. So I usually go in a range of 120 BPMs to 150 BPMs. Once you have selected the BPM, in my case, I'm gonna keep it to 145-ish. So I want to make a hard melody. So a really dark but energetic one. And in this case, I'm going to use Omnisphere. Here it is, Lunar Choirs. I just left this beat thing here activated and I played with these things right here and it sounds like this. And let's start. So let's make the bass for the notes. Perfect. Let's select the notes. Let's duplicate them an octave higher. Let's skip one note and let's go down. Let's make these chords here the same and let's just do this. Let's switch it to A. Okay, this sounds good. Let's copy this pattern, let's duplicate it like this, and let's try to find some other vocals. These can sound quite nice, so let's copy it over. Maybe let's duplicate the highest note an octave up. Then I'm gonna route these two tracks to a little bus here, and on this one, I'm gonna put kickstart, like this. Okay, let's take it off for now, let's continue. So we are in A minor, I said, so let's go on arcade, and let's put some sound effects or vocals, I don't know. That's a really nice texture. Let's add some more textures here. A minor, I put the sounds one octave up just to vary them a little bit. Okay, so I used these notes here, which are the block notes of the piano. And InnerKit, when you use them, they create all sorts of sound effects. So for example, if I use this note or... So let me render all the melody without the vocals because I want to do something really cool with it. So, okay, so now that I've rendered it, let's put it into stretch. Let's pitch it an octave up and let's see how it sounds. Let's put it into the bus too. Let's try with the kickstart. Okay, last but not at least, let's make a bass line for it. So I'm gonna go into this little boy right here, which is a secret project that I am working on, even though you can see the name. I'm gonna release it pretty soon, so stay tuned for it. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it as spicy as possible here, just to make it interrupt sometimes, and then I am creating some slides. So for example, We have to pitch it absolutely 2 cents up. We have the basic melody. Let's start with the drums. So in drill, you can start either with a counter snare or with a hi-hat. A counter snare, it's used as a hi-hat, but the sound is more similar to a snare, even though in my opinion it's a hybrid of the two. So I think that I'm gonna take this one. What about the pattern? So in drill, you don't have straight hi-hats that go. Instead, you've got more something like this. Let's go with a super basic pattern. This is how I like to start. Okay, so we're then gonna take this pattern right here, then Control L to connect the notes. Then I take every other note and I turn the velocity a bit down. Then Control A, Control B, and let's duplicate everything. So it sounds like this. Then let's do some hi-hat rolls. So in this case, let's do maybe one at the start. So Control U and it rolls. So if you've got your grid to step, it will snap to step. Or if you have got your grid set to half step, it will snap to half step. Let's go here on the velocity and let's do this by holding the right click of the mouse. And one thing you can do is take like the tiny hi-hats and just divide them into two. Then I'm just gonna duplicate it here, maybe do some switch. So maybe take this roll, put it up, this one here down, then Control A, Alt R. Let's randomize the panning a lot, quite a bit the velocity, and we are done for the first part of counter snares. Then so I take some other counter snares. What I do is follow up the normal pattern. Okay, then I put some hats before the actual hits. So let me explain. And on these ones here, I turn down the velocity. So like this. This is something that I have seen not many people do, but it's something that spices up your hi-hats a whole bunch, is to go here on FL Studio, go on this symbol right here, and here you've got this thing, Echo Delay Fat Mode. This is the best thing in the world because it's basically a built-in delay for your hats. Why should you use it? I'm gonna show you now. So let's turn down the feed 100% to let you understand. Obviously, we're not gonna use it like this. You hear? It's so nice. Then we can turn up the shift to make them a little bit offset. Then let's take the hi-hats. These ones here, for example. And let's do something else. Let's copy the normal pattern. I'm just gonna do it again. Ping pong. Let's take the last hi-hat. I swear I'm gonna finish it. We're gonna go at the end here with the grid snap to a fourth of a step. Then you're gonna create a hat. And then here, we're gonna go in the key of B and create, following the scale, this thing right here. Let's randomize the velocity. And then here we're gonna create a really fat delay with like 50% feedback, ping pong, fat mode, and also the pitch activated. You hear it? And this is how it sounds with the melody. Then for the snares, you can either use rims or snares. So in this case, I'm gonna use 2 snares. Judge, and let's go. So for the snares, you don't do 2, 4, 4, etc. You put it on the first 4, then you wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you put it on the 6. What I am going to do is pretty simple. I'm just gonna play with snare rolls, etc. So then on the second snare, I'm just gonna take the panning and do this. Now let's go with the sound effects. So you mostly use gunshots. So instead of the normal crash, use gunshots such as So let's take some of them, let's put them in the playlist. Now let's put some miscellaneous before going to the juice, so the kick and the 808. So I don't think we need some rims or things like this. Maybe some open hats. For the open hats, you can do whatever you want with them. Like you can put them whatever you feel like they sound good. I'm not gonna go too much in detail with these. So in this case, I'm going to take a little loop here. So for the kick, what do we have? What do we use? How do we make a good drill kick? So first off, you need to take a really punchy kick. So this one here, an example. Then let's go into the drum pattern. And for the kick pattern, I usually have this strategy. I'm gonna take a kick and I'm gonna duplicate it every 8 bars. So you put it where the second snare would normally go. Or you can do like this. Now let's go with the 808. So the 808 is going to be probably the toughest part of a drill beat. So I'm going to do something really creative. I'm gonna use both the 808s and both some bass. I'm going to show you, because in drill you want to have really powerful 808s with super crazy slide that just create the vibe of the beat in a way. They contribute even in the melodic part if you think about it. Then let's copy the kick pattern, let's duplicate it to the 808 one, then Control L to connect the notes. Then here we are in B minor. So let's turn down the velocity of the notes and follow me for this. So maybe you can put some slide. Da 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 na na na. So here we're gonna put some other slides. And here let's create another 808. We're gonna leave room for the slides. So you have to look at it this way. Every 2 bars, we're gonna use the first one with the normal 808, and then the second one for slides. After I lay down my normal 808, I just put the notes whatever I want them to be. So na 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 na. And we're done with the normal 808. Now let's go with the slides. So in this case, you can use the same 808 or you can use a different one. For example, this one here. But I want to use a bass. So in this case, I've got this one here which sounds really cool. And this one here also. Now we have to make them interesting. So let's start first off with this one. Let's create some slides exactly like this. Then let's make them shorter. Let's move them. Okay. And here let's create a slide that goes to the other 808. What can we do? Let's see. Okay, I am done with this one here. If you want to see a tutorial on how to arrange your beats and how to mix them, I'm gonna leave a link up here because I already did that, so I'm not gonna cover it in this video. This is a bit of a faster tutorial. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, link is down in the description. That's it. Peace.